Hi, this is Kirsten Bullock with Growing Your Donors. I'm excited to be sharing with you, over the course of this short video series, a few tips to help you grow great fundraising results through increased understanding and better communication. Several years ago, when my husband and I were headed out of town together for the first time, the subject of how we should pack and which suitcases we would use came up. We both had the same information. We would have multiple legs on our flight. My first thought was we should try to pack light and not check any bags. Bags do sometimes get lost, and the chances of them doing so increase every time you change airplanes. At least that was my thinking. Almost the first words out of my new husband's mouth were, "We should definitely check our bags then." I hope I was more gracious than my memory tells me I was. My reply was something to the effect of, "Why in the world would we want to do that?" It turns out that our flying experiences have been very different. Until he met me, Rob had never lost a bag while he traveled. On the other hand, I've had my luggage misdirected more times than I can remember, and the trend, unfortunately, hasn't reversed since I met my husband. So Rob's train of thought was simple. Why would we want to lug our luggage around multiple airports if the airlines would do it for us? I think this story illustrates my first tip perfectly. Everyone doesn't think the same way that we do, and that's okay. But what does this have to do with great fundraising? There's a report that recently came out. It was commissioned by Clayton Burnett in the UK with research completed by Adrian Sargent and Jen Shang. They hope to identify which circumstances and organizations allowed truly great fundraising to flourish. One of the indicators they identified was outstanding structure, including the ability of fundraising leaders to manage outside of formal authority structures, and the flexibility in the organization to allow for that. Influence and persuasion is much more important in managing these informal structures. So that's made much easier when we realize that we need to first seek to understand where the other person is coming from, rather than assuming they will have the same worldview and ideas that we do. I hope you can join me on May 9th for a free webinar that will dive more into the report, as well as provide a structure for understanding communication styles. Please visit my website at www.growingyourdonors.com for more information and to register at no charge for the webinar. I look forward to seeing you there.